The hip-hop world is in absolute chaos tonight, and fans are left questioning everything they thought they knew about the game. Emotions ran high as shocking revelations from none other than Eminem himself have surfaced, exposing a hidden plot that has allegedly been brewing for years. One that involves Ja Rule, betrayal, and even hints at a war that could have torn 50 Cent and Slim Shady apart forever. Sources close to the Detroit legend claim this isn't just the usual rap beef. This is personal, calculated, and dangerous. The streets are buzzing, timelines are melting down, and fans across the globe are scrambling to piece together the puzzle. Who really tried to sabotage Eminem's empire? How deep did the deception run? And could this revelation rewrite the history of one of rap's most legendary rivalries? In this explosive saga, emotions boil over, family ties are tested, and secrets that were buried for decades threaten to see the light of day. Today, we're peeling back the curtain, diving into the whispers, the heated arguments, and the explosive confessions that have fans completely stunned. By the end of this video, you're going to feel like you were in the room when the truth finally came out. The tension in Detroit's music circles had been simmering for years, and no one could have predicted it would finally explode into something this massive. According to sources close to Eminem, he had discovered a web of manipulations so intricate that it seemed like a movie plot, but this was real life, and the stakes were higher than ever. Fans are shocked to hear that what appeared to be casual rivalries and diss tracks were allegedly only the surface of a much darker agenda. The whispers started small, barely audible in private studio sessions and late-night conversations. But as the evidence piled up, it became clear that Ja Rule had allegedly been orchestrating moves to destabilize both Eminem and 50 Cent, not just professionally, but personally. Insiders claim that the first signs of trouble appeared in 2003 during one of Eminem and 50 Cent's collaborative tours. At first, it was subtle, a former tour manager revealed. Late-night phone calls, small rumors, things that didn't add up. But the energy between them started shifting. It was like someone was trying to plant seeds of doubt. Eminem, known for his razor-sharp instincts, reportedly felt it immediately. He allegedly confronted a close friend about his concerns. "I don't care what anyone says, something's off. This isn't just beef, it's manipulation." According to these sources, Ja Rule's strategy was calculated and multi-layered. It wasn't about public image or diss tracks alone. Allegedly, he was trying to turn allies against each other, leak false information, and create tension that would fracture the duo's unbreakable bond. One particularly shocking incident reportedly involved a leaked demo track that made it appear as though 50 Cent was undermining Eminem's album release. The rumor spread like wildfire online, and fans were left questioning the loyalties of their favorite stars. "I remember waking up to messages from fans asking if M and 50 were really beefing," said a close friend of Eminem. He was livid. He knew someone was pulling strings. The drama didn't stop at the professional level. Family sources reveal that the plot allegedly seeped into personal lives, creating arguments and misunderstandings that seemed uncharacteristic for the normally tight-knit group. One alleged confrontation involved Eminem's inner circle, with emotions running high and accusations flying in every direction. "He told me that it felt like being trapped in a storm you can't see coming," the friend said. M was furious, but he stayed calm on the surface. You could see the tension in his eyes. Fans of the genre may remember Ja Rule's public feuds, but few knew about the covert moves behind the scenes. Reports suggest that he allegedly reached out to certain producers and industry insiders, planting doubts and manipulating narratives to make it seem like Eminem and 50 Cent were isolated. "It was masterful in a way," said another insider. "The manipulation wasn't loud or obvious. It was quiet, strategic, and that's what made it dangerous." The revelations didn't just shock fans, they also divided friends and collaborators. Some longtime associates were reportedly caught between loyalty to Eminem and pressure from outside forces trying to exploit the tension. One dramatic moment allegedly occurred when a mutual acquaintance confronted 50 Cent privately, warning him that someone close to him had been feeding Ja Rule confidential information. The confrontation escalated quickly. 50 was fuming, a source claimed. He couldn't believe that someone he trusted could even think about betraying him like that. The argument nearly got physical. In addition to personal betrayals, the alleged plot also involved subtle sabotage of business ventures. Industry insiders say that Ja Rule attempted to influence record deals and promotional opportunities that could have impacted Eminem and 50 Cent's earnings. It was like a chess game, explained a source familiar with the events. Every move was calculated. Every misstep was engineered. They weren't just trying to take shots in the studio, they were trying to take control of careers. The tension reached a boiling point during a private meeting that Eminem reportedly held with his closest advisors. According to sources, emotions ran high as the team dissected leaked information, trying to determine the source of manipulation. There were moments when people were shouting, said one insider. Accusations were flying. It felt like a courtroom drama, with each piece of evidence dissected. M stayed mostly quiet, but you could feel the anger radiating off him. The alleged betrayal hit 50 Cent hard as well. Friends close to him revealed that he had been blindsided by the extent of the manipulation. He trusted people, one source said. He believed in loyalty. To find out that someone was orchestrating chaos behind his back, it shook him. According to insiders, 50 Cent and Eminem spent hours strategizing how to respond, balancing their need for public composure with a burning desire to confront the forces that had threatened to dismantle their careers. Throughout this chaotic period, the public remained largely unaware of the hidden machinations. Fans continued to see diss tracks and public statements, but behind the scenes, a silent war raged. One particularly dramatic twist allegedly involved a leaked recording of a conversation where Ja Rule reportedly attempted to convince a mutual associate to spread false rumors about Eminem's personal life. When M heard about this, he almost didn't believe it, said an insider. He was stunned. The audacity was unreal. Eminem's response, according to our sources, was both meticulous and emotionally charged. He allegedly began compiling evidence, piecing together every phone call, message, and suspicious event that hinted at a larger scheme. He's methodical, said a close confidant. M doesn't act impulsively, but when he knows someone is trying to undermine him and those he cares about, the reaction is fierce. As the investigation unfolded, tensions within the inner circles escalated. Friends and collaborators were forced to take sides, leading to heated confrontations and fractured relationships. The family was left divided, said an insider. Some people didn't know who to trust. Others were too afraid to speak. It was a pressure cooker environment. The alleged plot, insiders claim, also involved public manipulation of fan perception. Leaked posts, subtle hints in interviews, and carefully crafted social media content were allegedly designed to create mistrust between fans and artists. It was psychological warfare, a source said. They weren't just attacking careers, they were attacking confidence, loyalty, and reputation. Despite the chaos, Eminem reportedly maintained his focus. Close friends claim he spent late nights analyzing patterns, cross-referencing rumors, and preparing for the moment when he could finally expose the truth. He wanted to be sure, one insider said. He didn't want to react emotionally and risk being wrong. When M finally speaks, it's going to be undeniable. And the moment is finally here. Sources say Eminem's recent statements are not just a casual call-out. They are a meticulously crafted reveal that exposes Ja Rule's alleged hidden plot and the lengths he went to try and undermine one of the most iconic partnerships in hip-hop history. Fans are shocked, timelines are melting down, and the hip-hop community is buzzing with reactions. Some are calling it the scandal of the decade, while others wonder what other secrets may still be buried, waiting to be uncovered. Through it all, the drama is far from over. Friends, family, and fans are bracing themselves for the next wave of revelations, while insiders hint that the full story may involve even more unexpected twists, secret alliances, and betrayals that no one saw coming. It's bigger than just Eminem and 50 Cent, said one source. It's a story about power, loyalty, and survival in an industry where trust is the most valuable currency and the easiest to destroy. The shockwaves from these alleged revelations continue to ripple through the hip-hop world, with debates erupting across social media, podcasts, and fan forums. Everyone is asking the same questions. How much did Ja Rule really plan? Who else was involved? And what will Eminem do next to protect his legacy and that of 50 Cent? One thing is clear, the story is far from finished, and fans are on the edge of their seats waiting for the next bombshell to drop. The fallout from Eminem's discoveries didn't just stay behind closed doors. Sources claim that the energy in the Detroit studios turned electric, and anyone in the vicinity could feel it. Friends close to Eminem described the atmosphere as tense, almost like a storm was about to break. Every conversation, every phone call, every casual meeting was suddenly a high-stakes negotiation. People were walking on eggshells, unsure of who to trust. M's focus was laser-sharp, one insider said. He knew Ja Rule had played this game for years, but the emotional stakes? They were off the charts. According to multiple insiders, one particularly dramatic night ended with Eminem, 50 Cent, and a few trusted allies sitting in a private studio, dissecting decades of interactions. M allegedly slammed his fist on the table, his voice dripping with disbelief. "You really thought you could touch me without me seeing it coming?" he reportedly said, his eyes blazing. 50 Cent, equally frustrated but composed, leaned back and muttered, "This is bigger than just music. This is about loyalty." And that's where the real betrayal stings. The room reportedly went silent after that, as everyone realized they were witnessing a pivotal moment in hip-hop history. The alleged plot was more intricate than most could imagine. Sources say Ja Rule had allegedly manipulated certain record executives to stall projects, subtly encouraging other artists to distance themselves from Eminem and 50 Cent. Every piece fit into a larger puzzle that was terrifyingly precise. But what truly shocked the inner circle was the alleged personal nature of the scheme. Friends and family, who had always been pillars of support, reportedly became unintentional pawns in the unfolding drama. One source claimed that Ja Rule allegedly tried to leverage personal relationships to create tension, spreading subtle rumors about family conflicts, personal struggles, and hidden insecurities. M's private life became public weaponry, the insider said. It wasn't just about music anymore, it was about control, manipulation, and chaos. Fans on social media began noticing subtle shifts as well. Posts, interviews, and online interactions that seemed innocent on the surface allegedly had underlying motives, designed to make fans question loyalties and alliances. According to insiders, some posts were deliberately ambiguous, leaving enough room for interpretation that would fuel gossip and speculation. It was psychological warfare, said a source close to the situation. Every subtle comment, every track release, every public interaction was calculated. They wanted people to doubt, to question, to fight among themselves. Amid the chaos, one of the most shocking alleged revelations involved a confidential conversation between Ja Rule and a mutual associate of Eminem and 50 Cent. The recording, which sources say was later obtained by M, reportedly detailed a plan to mislead 50 Cent into believing that Eminem was undermining his career. The goal, insiders claim, was to fracture their legendary partnership. When Eminem reportedly listened to the recording, friends say he sat in stunned silence, processing the audacity and depth of the betrayal. He couldn't believe someone would plan this, an insider said. It wasn't just about music. It was a full-scale attack on trust. The emotional toll on 50 Cent was equally dramatic. Friends describe him as being visibly shaken, torn between anger and disbelief. He trusted people, a source revealed. He had always believed in loyalty, but now it felt like the foundation of everything he built was being questioned. The two artists, who had weathered countless storms together, were suddenly confronted with a threat that was both personal and professional. This wasn't a simple feud, the insider continued. It was a long-term, calculated effort to dismantle their careers, their reputation, and their alliances. The situation reportedly reached a tipping point during an intimate listening session where Eminem allegedly played some of the manipulated tracks that had been leaked over the years. The energy in the room was described as explosive. M was calm but furious, a source said. Every track was a reminder of what had been done behind his back. 50 sat there, fists clenched, trying to process it all. According to insiders, the room was filled with a mix of shock, anger, and disbelief as each carefully orchestrated move came into focus. It was like watching the pieces of a dark puzzle click into place, said a close friend. The emotional weight of the revelations reportedly didn't stop at professional betrayal. Family members of both artists were allegedly caught in the crossfire, as misinformation and subtle manipulations created tension and mistrust in private relationships. It wasn't just business. It got personal fast, said one insider. There were arguments, tears, and moments of real heartbreak. M and 50 were forced to confront the fact that someone had weaponized personal relationships against them. Fans who followed the situation on social media were stunned, many expressing disbelief that the tension could have reached such levels. The alleged drama also spilled into public arenas. Fans noticed subtle jabs, ambiguous statements, and seemingly casual social media posts that, in hindsight, hinted at the larger plot. It's like a soap opera, but in real life, said a social media commentator. You see the headlines, you hear the music, but behind the scenes, there's a war going on that nobody can ignore. According to insiders, these public moments were intentionally designed to create confusion, ensuring that the full story would remain hidden until Eminem was ready to reveal it. Despite the overwhelming pressure, Eminem reportedly remained focused on exposing the truth. Friends claim that he meticulously documented every interaction, recording every suspicious conversation and noting every subtle attempt at manipulation. He wanted clarity before confrontation, an insider explained. He wanted undeniable proof that this was a targeted, strategic attack. And when he finally spoke, it would leave no room for doubt. The stakes, insiders say, couldn't have been higher. The revelation wasn't just about revenge. It was about reclaiming control and restoring trust in a world that had been systematically undermining them. One of the most dramatic alleged confrontations occurred when Eminem and 50 Cent allegedly confronted an intermediary who had been unknowingly feeding information to Ja Rule. The room reportedly erupted into a heated argument, emotions running high as accusations flew. Eminem allegedly shouted, "Do you even understand the chaos this caused?" 50 Cent reportedly added, his voice tense but controlled, "This isn't just about me or M. It's about loyalty, respect, and integrity." Friends say the tension in the room was palpable, with silence and shock alternating with bursts of anger. The ripple effect of these revelations continued across the hip-hop community. Friends, collaborators, and fans were forced to reevaluate past events, rumors, and interactions in light of the alleged plot. People are looking back and saying, "Wait a minute, that makes sense now," said a source close to the scene. It's like a puzzle that's finally being solved, piece by piece. The emotional impact, insiders claim, was profound, not just for Eminem and 50 Cent, but for everyone who had been indirectly affected by the manipulations. Even the family and closest allies reportedly felt the strain. Friends describe late-night conversations filled with tears, anger, and questions of trust. It wasn't just about career sabotage, one insider said. It was about emotional manipulation, betrayal, and the violation of trust at every level. The family was left divided, some unsure of what was real, others feeling the sting of deception. According to sources, the duo's inner circle rallied together, supporting one another as they navigated the chaos, but the damage had already left a lasting mark. The story, insiders say, doesn't end there. The layers of betrayal, manipulation, and strategic sabotage are allegedly deeper than anyone could have imagined. While Eminem's revelation has already sent shockwaves through the industry, insiders hint that additional surprises are yet to come. "This is only the beginning," said one source. "There are more secrets, more twists, and more revelations that will leave everyone stunned." Fans remain glued to their screens, anxious for each update, each statement, each leak, wondering just how far the alleged plot went and who else may have been involved. The atmosphere was described as both relieved and tense. "They've exposed what needed to be exposed," a friend of Eminem's allegedly said. But the emotional scars, the betrayals, the manipulations, they don't just disappear overnight. As news spread, the public's reaction was immediate. Social media exploded, Timelines filled with speculation, and debates raged about the implications for Ja Rule, Eminem, and 50 Cent. Fans were shocked. Emotions ran high, and the community was left questioning everything they thought they knew about loyalty, rivalry, and power in the rap world. The shockwaves from Eminem's revelations didn't stop with his inner circle. According to insiders, the tension spilled over into the broader music industry, with collaborators, producers, and even rivals watching closely to see what would happen next. Friends described the atmosphere as electric, like every meeting could ignite another storm. Social media exploded with speculation, debates, and viral posts as fans tried to connect the dots between past incidents and the newly revealed alleged plot. Every old feud, every misinterpreted interview, suddenly seemed to have a new context, and fans were left wondering what had really been going on behind the scenes. People are realizing that a lot of the drama they saw in the past wasn't random, it was engineered, an insider revealed. The alleged manipulation was not just limited to professional rivalries. Family and close friends reportedly found themselves caught in the crossfire, often unknowingly becoming pawns in the plot. One source claimed that Ja Rule had allegedly spread rumors about personal betrayals and misunderstandings, which led to tense confrontations between Eminem, his family, and trusted advisors. M was furious, the insider said. He couldn't believe someone would weaponize family relationships to destabilize him. It went beyond music, it was personal warfare. One particularly dramatic moment reportedly occurred when 50 Cent confronted an industry associate who had been feeding information to Ja Rule. According to insiders, the conversation escalated quickly, with accusations flying in every direction. 50 was calm at first, but you could see the anger building, the source said. He kept repeating, "I trusted you. How could you do this?" Eminem, standing beside him, reportedly added with a cold intensity, "You don't get to play with loyalty like that and walk away." As the drama unfolded, fans were stunned by the revelations of how carefully the alleged plot had been orchestrated. Insider reports claim that Ja Rule's strategy involved subtle psychological tactics designed to create mistrust between Eminem and 50 Cent over time. False rumors strategically leaked messages. "It wasn't just about the music," said a source close to the situation. "It was about power, influence, and control. Every move was calculated. Every gesture had a hidden meaning." The emotional toll on both Eminem and 50 Cent was immense. Friends described private moments filled with anger, frustration, and heartbreak as they processed the betrayal. It was like watching two soldiers who had been fighting together their whole lives suddenly realize someone was trying to take everything from them behind the scenes, a source revealed. According to insiders, the duo spent countless nights analyzing every suspicious interaction, every ambiguous comment, and every track that had seemed out of place, piecing together the puzzle to fully understand the extent of the alleged manipulation. One of the most shocking alleged revelations involved a confidential studio session in which Eminem reportedly confronted a group of collaborators about suspicious activity. Friends claim that tensions escalated quickly, with accusations flying and emotions running high. M was calm but intense, an insider said. Every word he spoke carried weight. He was dissecting every detail, pointing out patterns that nobody else had noticed. It was a masterclass in emotional intelligence and strategy. 50 Cent, equally focused, reportedly supported M by providing additional context, confirming suspicions, and ensuring that no detail went unnoticed. The alleged plot also reportedly involved the manipulation of fan perception. Insider reports claim that Ja Rule allegedly orchestrated public interactions, interviews, and social media activity to create confusion and mistrust among fans. It was psychological warfare, said a source close to the artists. Every public statement, every track release, every subtle comment was calculated to create doubt. People were questioning loyalties and alliances that had always seemed solid. Fans, shocked by these revelations, took to social media to debate the authenticity of past feuds, with heated arguments and viral posts further fueling the drama. Amid the chaos, one of the most dramatic alleged twists occurred when a leaked recording surfaced, revealing a conversation in which Ja Rule allegedly discussed manipulating Eminem's personal life to create conflict and division. Friends claim that upon hearing the recording, M was visibly shaken, his usual composure replaced with anger and disbelief. It was like a punch to the gut, an insider said. He couldn't believe the level of deceit, the audacity of someone trying to control the narrative around his life and career. The drama didn't just affect the two stars. It reportedly created tension across their entire network of friends and collaborators. Some insiders claim that mutual associates were forced to choose sides, while others struggled to maintain neutrality amid the chaos. It was a pressure cooker environment, said a source. People were scared of making the wrong move, scared of being caught in the crossfire. Every decision, every statement had consequences. Despite the intense pressure, Eminem reportedly remained methodical and strategic. Friends describe him meticulously documenting every interaction, analyzing patterns, and preparing for the moment when he could reveal the truth publicly. He wanted to be sure, a source said. M doesn't react impulsively. He needed proof, clarity, and an undeniable narrative before making a move. When he finally did, it would leave no room for doubt. The alleged betrayals reportedly extended beyond the studio and public interactions. According to insiders, even business ventures were targeted, with efforts to sabotage collaborations, delay album releases, and influence key decision-makers. It was chess, not checkers, said a source familiar with the situation. Every move was calculated, designed to destabilize careers and reputations. And when M and 50 realized the extent of it, they knew they had to respond decisively. Family sources claim that the emotional impact was profound. Late-night phone calls, whispered conversations, and tearful confrontations reportedly became a regular occurrence as the duo processed the scope of the betrayal. It wasn't just professional, it was deeply personal, said one insider. They had to navigate anger, sadness, and disbelief, all while maintaining a public image of strength and composure. The emotional weight of these revelations, according to sources, created a sense of urgency to expose the truth and reclaim control over their narrative. The alleged plot reportedly included multiple layers of deception, from false information being fed to industry insiders to subtle manipulations of public perception. Friends described the process as both painstaking and emotionally exhausting. They had to retrace every step, re-examine every interaction, and figure out who is truly trustworthy, a source said. It was exhausting, but necessary. They couldn't let the manipulation continue unchecked. Social media reactions reportedly mirrored the intensity of the behind-the-scenes drama. Fans dissected every post, every track, and every interview, attempting to connect the dots between past events and the newly revealed plot. Viral videos, reaction channels, and fan forums exploded with speculation as audiences tried to make sense of the emotional and professional turmoil. Fans are shocked, said a source close to the duo. Emotions ran high, and the community is divided, debating who is truly at fault and what other secrets might still be hidden. Despite the public frenzy, insiders say Eminem and 50 Cent focused on what mattered most, exposing the manipulation and reclaiming their narrative. They weren't looking for revenge. They were looking for clarity, a source said. They wanted to show the world the truth, and in doing so, protect their legacy, their relationships, and their careers. Friends describe a sense of relief when the revelation finally became public, but also a lingering tension as the full impact of the alleged plot continued to unfold. Sources claim that the emotional stakes were at an all-time high. Arguments, confrontations, and strategic discussions reportedly became daily occurrences as the duo navigated the aftermath of decades of manipulation. Friends say that even small interactions like casual phone calls or studio visits were charged with emotional intensity. It was like walking on a tightrope, an insider said. One wrong word, one misstep, and the whole situation could escalate. As the drama reached new heights, fans and industry insiders alike began to question the extent of Ja Rule's alleged involvement. It's bigger than anyone thought, said a source close to Eminem. The layers of manipulation, the planning, the audacity, it's like a blueprint for chaos. And yet, M and 50 are handling it with a level of precision that's unbelievable. According to insiders, the revelation has reshaped how both artists approach trust, loyalty, and collaboration moving forward. The emotional roller coaster reportedly didn't end with the public revelation. Late-night conversations with friends and family, intense strategy sessions, and careful planning became routine as Eminem and 50 Cent prepared for the next phase. "They're not done," a source revealed. "There's more to come, and everyone in the industry knows it. People are on edge, waiting for the next move." Friends describe a combination of relief, anger, and anticipation as the duo's legendary partnership continues to withstand the storms of deception and betrayal. The tension had reached a boiling point, and insiders say that by this time, Eminem and 50 Cent were fully aware of the full scope of the alleged plot against them. Friends describe a period of intense scrutiny, late-night strategy sessions, and private confrontations that felt more like a war council than a music discussion. Every call, every meeting, every interaction was analyzed, a source said. They had to ensure they weren't being manipulated again. Trust was a luxury they could no longer afford. One dramatic night reportedly changed everything. Eminem allegedly called 50 Cent to his private Detroit studio after discovering new evidence suggesting that Ja Rule had attempted to manipulate a high-profile media outlet into publishing false stories about their personal lives. "You know what they're trying to do, right?" Eminem allegedly said, pacing the room. 50 Cent, fists clenched but calm, replied, "I know. But this time, we're not letting them get away with it." Friends who were present say the energy in the room was electric, with tension so thick it could be cut with a knife. According to insiders, the confrontation escalated when Eminem allegedly decided it was time to face some of the orchestrators directly. A select group of mutual associates, some of whom had unknowingly played a role in the manipulation, were called in for a private meeting. "It was intense," one source said. M didn't hold back. He dissected every lie, every misleading conversation, every track that had been leaked. The emotions ran high. There were tears, there was anger, and there were moments of pure disbelief. 50 Cent reportedly supported him at every step, reinforcing the truth with facts, dates, and recordings that corroborated the allegations. Fans may remember past public feuds, but insiders reveal that this behind-the-scenes drama was far more intricate and personal than any diss track could convey. Ja Rule, they claim, had allegedly been working quietly to destabilize relationships, careers, and public perception for years. Every casual statement, every ambiguous social media post, it was psychological warfare at the highest level, a source said. And it took years for M and 50 to finally see the full picture. One particularly explosive revelation reportedly involved a private conversation in which Ja Rule allegedly attempted to convince a producer to leak false information about Eminem's personal life. When Eminem obtained the recording, sources say he felt a mixture of fury, disbelief, and determination. He was livid, but also focused, a close friend said. M knew he couldn't let this slide. He needed to expose the truth, and he needed to do it in a way that left no room for doubt. The emotional toll, insiders claim, was immense. Friends and family reportedly became secondary participants in the drama, often finding themselves caught in misunderstandings or manipulated narratives. One source described a particularly heated family discussion in which accusations were thrown, emotions ran high, and trust was questioned. It was chaos, the insider said. But through it all, M stayed focused. He knew the truth would set things right, but it came at a cost. Meanwhile, social media erupted. Fans who had long speculated about past feuds were stunned to learn about the alleged hidden layers of manipulation. Viral posts, reaction videos, and heated debates flooded timelines as fans dissected the situation track by track, post by post. "Fans are shocked," said one source. "Emotions ran high, and people are finally starting to realize how deep this went. They're seeing the pieces come together in a way nobody expected." In a dramatic twist, insiders claim that the final confrontation involved not just words but strategy. Eminem and 50 Cent reportedly coordinated to confront key figures who had been involved in spreading misinformation, both intentionally and unintentionally. It was like a courtroom drama, a source said. M presented evidence, explained the patterns, and exposed the orchestration. 50 backed him up with every fact and every timeline. It was intense, and emotions ran high the entire time. According to the insider, some people reportedly broke down in tears, realizing the role they had played in a scheme much bigger than they had ever imagined. The alleged impact of these revelations is still being felt across the music industry. Friends claim that other artists, producers, and industry insiders are now questioning alliances, loyalty, and trust in ways they never have before. People are starting to rethink everything, said a source. Every collaboration, every connection, it's all being analyzed in the light of what M and 50 have uncovered. It's like the industry has been shaken to its core. Fans also reportedly noticed subtle public statements that hinted at the depth of the drama. Interviews, social media posts, and cryptic comments suddenly made sense in a way that had never been understood before. "It's wild," said a fan who follows both artists closely. "You start connecting dots from years ago, and you realize how much was really happening behind the scenes. M and 50 were dealing with things we couldn't even imagine." As the climax of this saga approached, insiders say that Eminem and 50 Cent finally felt a sense of closure, though the emotional scars remained. They exposed the manipulation, a source said. They confronted the people involved, and they reclaimed their narrative. But the betrayal, the lies, the emotional toll, those don't disappear overnight. Friends describe moments of relief mixed with lingering tension as the duo began to navigate life after uncovering the alleged plot. One particularly dramatic moment reportedly involved a private reflection between the two artists. Eminem allegedly told 50 Cent, "We've been tested in ways nobody could see. But now the truth is out, and nothing can shake us." 50 Cent reportedly replied, "Yeah, but don't forget, this industry is full of snakes. We handle this, we handle the next, and we keep moving." According to insiders, the room was filled with a mix of triumph, relief, and determination, a moment of personal victory after years of emotional and professional manipulation. Debating the implications and speculating on what other secrets may still be hidden. "The story isn't just about a feud," said an insider. "It's about loyalty, trust, and survival in an industry that can be ruthless." And M and 50 Cent proved that even in the face of calculated manipulation, they remain unshaken. Insiders also hint at potential future confrontations. While the major manipulations have reportedly been exposed, there are suggestions that other players may have been involved and that additional revelations could still emerge. Friends say that both artists remain vigilant, carefully monitoring interactions and protecting their personal and professional lives. "They've learned the hard way," one source said. "Trust has to be earned, and loyalty has to be tested. But they're stronger now than ever." Despite the intense drama, friends claim that there is a sense of resolution. Eminem and 50 Cent have reportedly strengthened their bond, relying on each other for support and navigating the aftermath with determination and strategy. "The partnership is unbreakable," said a close friend. "They've been through fire, betrayal, and manipulation, and they came out stronger. This is a lesson in trust, vigilance, and resilience." As fans continue to digest the revelations, the emotional impact remains palpable. Social media is filled with debates, speculation, and admiration for how the duo handled the situation. Friends describe a mix of pride and amazement at their composure, strategy, and emotional intelligence throughout the ordeal. "People are finally seeing what it takes to survive in this industry," said an insider. "It's not just about talent. It's about navigating betrayal, managing emotions, and protecting what matters most." While the public may only see snippets, insiders say that the behind-the-scenes work continues. Strategy, vigilance, and careful planning are ongoing as Eminem and 50 Cent ensure that the alleged manipulation cannot gain any more traction. "They've exposed it, but they're not complacent," said a source. "The story may have a conclusion in the public eye, but in reality, they're always 2 steps ahead." The saga, according to insiders, is one of loyalty, betrayal, and resilience, showing how even the most calculated plots can be exposed and countered when trust, strategy, and determination guide the response. Fans remain captivated, eagerly following every statement, track, and post, while the industry watches closely, knowing that the repercussions of this alleged plot will echo for years to come. And there you have it. Eminem's shocking revelations about Ja Rule's alleged hidden plot against him and 50 Cent have sent shockwaves across the hip-hop world. Fans are still trying to process the depth of betrayal, the emotional toll, and the meticulous planning that supposedly went on behind the scenes for years. The story has shown us that even legends aren't immune to manipulation, and that trust in this industry can sometimes be the rarest and most valuable currency of all. Emotions ran high, relationships were tested, and the family was left divided. But through it all, Eminem and 50 Cent proved that loyalty, strategy, and determination can withstand even the most calculated attacks. But the question remains, are all the players involved truly revealed? Could there be more hidden moves, more secrets yet to surface, more alliances that were quietly manipulated? Fans are buzzing with speculation, theories, and debates, trying to connect from the past to fully understand the extent of this alleged plot. One thing is clear, the saga has changed the way we see feuds, trust, and power in the rap game forever. Now, we want to hear from you. What do you think about these shocking revelations? Was Ja Rule really behind a years-long manipulation, or is there more to the story than we know? Comment your thoughts below, share this video with everyone who loves hip-hop drama, and make sure you hit that like button if this story blew your mind. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another shocking update from the world of rap. This is one saga you'll want to follow every step of the way. And trust us, the next chapter could be even more explosive.